And now it's coming to the closing part. Will be very short. I want to invite Professor Pervez Ghauri first for the concluding remarks. Pervez, unmute.
Yeah, I just unmute myself. Thank you very much. I think this was a very, very good session. And I try to conclude from my session first. And we had very good presentations, and it was very good to hear Torbjörn Fredriksson and to see how useful statistics and numbers are available in UNCTAD and these type of institutions, because normally, and World Bank, and normally people say that institutions are always far behind the reality. But in this case, we see that institutions are quite up to date, and they are in fact have more numbers and more real picture than for example, we researchers have. The same with the World Bank, that they are very up to date, and they know what's happening about digitalization around the globe. And in this case, I would say we researchers in universities and otherwise, we do not use these institutions very much in our research. So we should be using more, because they are sitting on lots of data and lots of information. So that should be done. And it should be good to see also from World Bank that what World Bank is doing to incentivize poorer societies to ride the same bandwagon as digitalization. That what type of incentives they are giving to governments of poorer countries, that they can, because Sonia talked about the leapfrogging, but that leapfrogging is done on a personal basis, on individual basis, not on government basis. So I think that's what we have to do. Institutions are doing quite well, and researchers are trying their best to come up with what is happening, but we need more and more support from the policymakers, or the policymakers like governments. So that's my view in the first session.
Thank you, Pervez. That's excellent summary of the very important messages from the first session. And I think I learned a lot from our today's conference too. One is about obviously a clear message about the role that digital technology can play in building a better world, building a more inclusive economy and society. So this promise and the possibilities that are there, and also especially it played in our battle against the COVID-19 pandemic. At the same time, also we see a sharp gap between the developed and the developing world. I just received a question on Twitter asking me, anybody represents the Black African countries community? And actually, you know, today, Torbjörn's talk and also talk from Marcio of the World Bank all show the global picture and also the sharp gap, and really how to bridge the gap, help the developing countries, especially the low-income countries, is really what we are working on, and like the ID model project. We want to see experiment in Bangladesh and want to see it kind of, you know, being replicated in the rest of the developing world. And also, Pina also in her talk about this cross-disciplinary and cross-sectoral boundary activities of the big technology companies that, you know, make them very dynamic, bringing in all the disruption. I think this is one of the important features of this fourth industrial revolution. The boundaries of the sectors getting blurred, and also companies who are most, you know, dynamic, competitive ones, they are kind of working cross boundaries. They're collaborating in various ways and exploring the new unknown fields. And this is, I think, a message I hope is not only for the large companies and the developed world, the developing countries and the small businesses. And also this is a direction in this fourth industrial revolution, really think cross-boundary, think cross-boundary and break the boundary and create new hope and a new possibility. So this is also an important thing. That's my recent research of large Chinese multinationals' rapid rise also suggests the importance of multidisciplinary and crossing boundaries, kind of going beyond your comfortable zone. So a lot of lessons offered today from today's conference. I want to thank very much our distinguished speakers for sharing their valuable insights. Thanks all the audiences for participating and for your contribution, all the stimulating questions that inspiring us to think. And also, in particular, last but the most important, I want to thank our conference organization team, our researchers and the staff in the TMCD Center at Oxford, Elvis, Amaka, Hui, and Xiaolan, and also our colleagues at Tencent who help with the simultaneous interpretation. So thank you all the excellent members in the team for your excellent work. Thank you very much. And now I want to announce today's conference is now coming to a conclusion. Thanks everyone, and hope to see you again in the year and see you in person, either later in the year or next year. Thank you.